Then just tell him I'm waiting 5 more minutes for everybody to get in here. All right. Like I said, guys, it's just me going over what happened today. Anything that y'all may be confused on? What
You doing?
like
How you doing, Q?
hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. So, this deal. So, I sent it in the chat. I took USD CAD today. The trade that I took that I made 100. Now, this is what got me on my USD CAD, and I would like for you to help me with this. So, when I look for closing breakouts, right,
Mm-hmm.
and when it breaks the low of yesterday, I
Mm-hmm.
assume that's a lower low.
Right.
And so I got in on USD CAD, and plus I hit my target goal, but it turned around on me, and that trade was better than the sell I got in on. And what I'm realizing is that means it wasn't really a lower low no more. So I drew my lower low line at London, and it started pumping from there.
Mm-hmm.
But but as you can see, what the market did, it did more on the buy move than it did on the sell.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get caught. I don't, because I trade high, they sell, low, they buy, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to get caught when I'm thinking it's a dump and a pump or a pump and a dump when it's really not that at all. It's really like a probably like a lower low in the inside. So when it come down to identifying the higher highs and lower low, like I would assume you would consider USD cat today a higher high as well. And I want to see
Mhm.
where I'm going wrong. Look, because like I don't want to lose based off no structure. 'Cause that's basic. I
Okay,
don't want to lose
Okay,
based
so I
off
don't
structure.
want to.
got you. Um, so just like my opinion on it, if like I scroll out, we already pretty much down low. Um, so like if I usually what I'll do is I'll look what it's doing right before. Let me get my pencil out. All right, so if you see right here, I'll look and see what it's doing right before I'll get in my trade. So let me go to a lower time frame. Me personally, right before the session, I could see that we were already making highs because you like look at this. If I'm knowing that the day opened up like this, what I'll look for is signs. So London, you see it put in that higher high right in the inside. It already had broken structure. So that would have already like been a red flag for me to take sales because it's it's dumped down and then it's going sideways after Asian session. And then now it's giving me a higher high in the inside in London. So I'm just kind of reading price, right? So it breaks back down and then it false breaks the low. So, and then it puts in a higher high. So when I'm looking at USD CAD, that would kind of deteriorate me from selling because I know that we've already been breaking structure to the upside. So if I'm looking at this and I know we're making higher highs and I know the low has is looking like it's locked in, then I'm thinking higher high equals dump coil pump. So that's what I would do. Like to kind of deteriorate me from taking those trades, you just got to look at what it's doing. Like it's dumping down, it went sideways. London put in a higher high, it dumped back down, tested that low again, failed, reversed back to the upside and gave you another higher high in the inside. Dump down, coil, and pump. So honestly, I feel like it's just some trades that you're gonna take where you just going it's just gonna be a loss. Like, because I get caught in these trades too. Sometimes it just happens. But if you just looking at what price is doing right before and you're knowing like if this is gonna make lower lows, then I shouldn't see these this happening higher high. Then it's breaking back down, and then it acts like it wants to break again, and then it fails. And then it gives you another higher high. Those are signs that it wants to reverse. So that's what I would look at. Even here, like if you look at it like this, it's broken out of the previous daily low. So when it comes back up here and it pulls back and then it fails and reverses, I'm thinking, okay, we're reversing now. So let me go in the hour time frame. Because even if like you get a closing breakout to the downside, we know that if we're breaking out, there's bound to be a pullback. And if you're getting signs, higher highs in the inside, then it's trying to pull back. So that's kind of how I would think about it. It's just about what price is doing right before you're trading your session. I hope that helped a little bit.
Yeah, it helped a little bit. I just gotta continue to back test because I do have day and low of day,
Yeah.
continuations like trend trades in a
Yeah.
sense, and like because like it was a lot of moves that happened like that today. Actually, like it
Yeah.
was USD Shelf, USD Mexican, beautiful. I hate that I missed that. Mm. But Like I just want to see the same because like USDCHF, that is considered a lower low, you know?
Yeah, this is different than what we looked at before. See, London put in a lower low, then it pulls back up. It's already at the previous day low. The previous day low is acting like resistance. So
Mhm.
this is a pattern that I would have had preferred more than USD CAD just because it's clear, lower low, pump back up to the previous day low, coil, and then dump. Even if it's not a big move, it's still a move that you could have took because this looks way different than, let's go back to USD CAD. That looks different than this. You see what I'm saying? Higher
Yeah,
high.
so London put in a higher
Yeah.
future.
hmm
So
And
really, I need to use my sessions more. That's what I'm
um,
missing.
Yeah, I definitely use that. Just because price likes to take liquidity, so it's gonna take it at those highs and lows. But like how I think about it and how I see it happen a lot is that London will put in that higher high or that lower low, just like how we saw on USD Chief. So I just look for patterns like that. I
Okay.
don't know if it's gonna pump back up and then, continue to trend down. It just depends. It depends on how price is acting at your level, at the timing that you come on the chart, and the behavior of it. Price is acting like it's locking in the low by giving higher highs on the inside. So I'd be looking for a buy. I'd be thinking it's trying to pull back. USD Chief. Why it keeps shrinking up like that? But yeah, this was a nice trade. About a 5 minute. Yep. And price will always test, like I said. This is the current high of day. This is a little micro M that was created in London session right at the previous day low and the weekly low, the previous weekly low. Makes a lower low, pumps back up, and dumps. And take your entry below the EMA. And usually my first TP will always be where the pump started. It's just about what price was doing right before you take your trades. But like I said, sometimes, you're going to get caught up like SPX got me. Um, kind of like that last week. But as long as you're just, you know, paying attention to what, like I said, what price is doing right before your session, you should be good. And you're taking your trades at levels. Because like I said, the levels that you want to be taking your trades from are previous day high, previous day low, and closing price. Vice versa if you're looking for weekly and monthly levels. Anything in the inside, just think nail and bail. So for example, like if I'm taking a entry at closing price, my first TP will be previous daily low or high, depending on if I'm looking for a buy or sell. I'll always take profit first there. All right. Let me just see what happened today. I looked at a couple pairs. I looked at gold, Nas. See. On coil dump. Wasn't much going on. Like I said, guys, I don't really trade Mondays, and this is why. It's like Monday is opening range. So I would much rather prefer to see what price does today and what I'll be looking at tomorrow. So I like for the week to set up because that's your opening range for the week. You're opening higher and low. So I like just from experience, I don't like trading Mondays. Because even if you were looking at this, it's like for your session, you didn't even get much. You're in a coil. This probably would have been the trade right here when it dumped. But even then, it's like that's in the gap time. So you really have to just be waiting. Yep. It was a nice sell though. Nice. Anybody have any charts there? Let me pull up my chat.
Um, it's really like the same question for me, but I had took another sale on BTC. Took a sale on BTC, but this was on the 21st last cycle.
You said the 21st?
hmm
Okay, on a
Right there in New
Wednesday.
York. Yeah, it was a high day.
Okay.
Sale again. And like I took my 5 minute EMA on this one, really just below the EMA. But like in this scenario right here, was I wrong to consider it as a lower low too? Even though it played out, I just want to understand the structure and make sure that I'm not missing detail because I be losing structure at times. Like because like you know how they say, Bird, like like it's the trader. Like I
Yeah,
truly believe that. So like
yeah.
I be losing off of like basic stuff. Like I'll see a lower low that happens at the previous day low, and I'll be automatically thinking, okay, pump dump.
Mm.
The magnet think pump dump, but apparently it's stuff I need to be looking at still.
Yeah. Like I agree with that too. Most of the time it is the trader. I think we just going some things we just going like we not gonna win every single trade, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it really just comes down to okay, so how I'd have looked at this is Tuesday closed and breakout short. When I come to the charts on Wednesday, I'm already knowing that we've made a lower low because when we breached the previous day's low, that's considered a lower low. So
Mhm.
I'm looking at this like a pump, and I would have saw it exactly how you saw it. Because right before we got that lower low, right in the inside, we're already getting lower lows, lower low in London, lower low and closing price. So when we get this lower low, it pumps back up, coils at the high, and it dumps. And I would have gotten this just exactly how you got into it. And like I said, when I'm taking trades in the inside, I think nail and bail. So I get out at the previous day low. So I would have saw it the same way. I don't think it was anything wrong with this at all. Then and this is on the 15 minute, the 21st. Yep. So right here. And like I said, price will always try to put in an M to lock in highs and lows. So that's one thing that you can like, I guess, add to make you more confident. But M's really lock in those highs. So like after I would have saw this would have been a given.
Okay, thank you. I'm making sure I wasn't looking at that wrong.
No, you weren't looking at that wrong at all. Even here, like breach of the low again, right? So lower low, pump, coil, dump. It didn't go down to the previous day low, but like I said, you're thinking nail and bail, you're in the inside of the range. All right. That's BTC. Closing breakout again. Yeah, see. I really just be trading indexes and metals.
Man, I have like 18 pairs, and all I look for is closing breakout.
I know
5 day lower
it's
day.
easy. That's all you need. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, even people were getting kind of tricked up on Nas, and I'm like, well, Nas was kind of easy.
Yeah, so
Already
now
going
was just
higher
peak
high.
formation.
That's that higher high dump coil. You at the weekly close pump. Like what used to trip me up, what used to trick me up was this. I'd be looking too much at the candles. So I'd have been thinking, oh, lower low, and now I've been looking for a sell. I used to do that all the time. But
Yes,
I just
man. I used to do
oh,
that too.
yep. Now, like what helped me, like I said, is looking at sessions. The higher high, Asia put in a higher high. Then there was higher highs again. London put in a higher high. Dump, coil. And you'll always get like sideways coils like this. I notice indexes do it a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to see too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very.
Mhm.
It used to trick me up, those little sideways coils, but now it's just like I see it a lot now, so it's easier. US 30, same thing. Higher high, dump, coil, pump. This at the previous high, breach, and now it's dumping in. Just look bullish. Breakout of the weekly. Is this the high or the low of the month? This is the high. Yeah, looks bullish to me. Breakout of the monthly high, pull back. Now it's trending up. Higher high, dump. This looks like a oh no. Oh wait, hold on. This could be bullish. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. I really like to trade Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's something about this is just filling right here. But this is like an example of like an ACB setup. This is what Stacy be talking about. So like we got a peak formation. Well, I wouldn't even call it a peak formation, just a low put in for Asia and then a high put in for London. We coiling. And like a lot of the things that people don't understand is that the coil, like inside the coil, is going to give you your higher highs and your lower lows. That's what the coil does. It gives you inside the coil. Let's see what GBP USD. Ooh. Y'all, easy.
Lord, they buy. I told you, like GU, EU,
Man, I love
USDSF was
GU.
Lord. It was Lord
Yeah.
they buy.
They really follow the levels. Like they really are reactive to these levels. Like it's just GU is so easy to see. It's just about what it's doing right before your session starts. You're already in breakout. It's literally like it's building support on top of a previous day low. What is it doing right before your session starts?
Ask a question, please.
Remember, like this is the low of the day. And there's a W pattern. It'll always lock in the low with pattern W. And it just takes off. Dump right before the session. Previous day low, take it at levels. That was a nice trade. I know EU probably did the same thing. Yep.
EU was perfect. Like that is my setup. The only reason I didn't take EU is because of the timing window.
Yep.
It's the only reason why I didn't take EU because that would have been a 4K trade for me. So I'm really a little salty, but you know. And even
Wait, why you didn't take it?
That's a trade with the three
timing.
bottom.
I mean, really, cause like I don't trade forex on a no news day. I don't trade
Mhm.
forex until 7:30.
Oh,
And and again, I like to get in at the low. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I can lock myself in, but not even the low. I like to get in at the EMA. So that EMA cross right there, I
yeah.
would have got it out and right there, that big candle.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Mm,
fact that yeah, it's just the fact that I was looking at USD CAD and I was confident on USD CAD,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I was totally wrong.
yeah. Well, I mean, it happens. You can't be looking at charts. I mean, unless you got multiple screens up, you just gonna be missing stuff. I hate it too. At least you see it
Yeah,
though.
yeah. You remember I told you I did that template is pretty easy. It just
Yeah.
it don't show up every day, but well, it show up at least once a week. That's all you need.
1, 2, 3. I feel like this is what Stacy called like 3 levels of drop. 1, 2. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, like just once I put my trend line down and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing what price is doing right before my session start, y'all. That's all I really do. I feel like when it comes to what? All right. SPX. Anybody got any charts they want me to look at? I don't have my chat in front of me. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get my phone real quick so I can check my chat just to be sure. Um, SPX, same thing. I noticed this W right on the day, and it didn't even really come back there. But higher high in London, dump to previous day low, coil, bump. What happened? I looked at. Let's look at USDJPY. USDJPY was making lower lows. Yep. It didn't really give much though. I mean, I guess it really just depends on what session you're looking at. Asian, it did. It's a big gap up here though.
What about AU?
Gold. That just looked at gold.
I was saying AU.
Oh, oh, I was looking at this. All right, so thank you. It's just like I said. I'm looking at what's happening right before my session starts. Are we up high or are we down low? We down low when New York session starts. We're down low, and it's giving me a W pattern at the low. It's dumped right before. Let me grab this trend line. CAD JPY. I'm gonna look at that right after this. But what is price doing right before? It's got a dump. We're at the low of the day. We're getting a W pattern. W patterns lock in the low, and then it starts breaking past our EMA, and I'm in the trade. Please, can you mention the signal you are looking at on the chart? Oh, um, this is a closing breakout. Yeah. Okay, so this is a closing breakout signal. Long. It's already in breakout. Actually, yeah, this is in breakout. Gaps. Confusing me. So the day started here, technically. Yeah, we were in breakout. Oh no, it started here. Okay, yeah. See that's throwing me off. I think my lines are off a little bit. But the previous day high was right here. So we're in breakout. But like I said, what are we doing right before? We're down low. This is a buy low setup. Dump down to the low, W pattern, break of EMA, and you just get in. This is a nail and bail for me. Just because, like I said, to me, like this is just really not at a level. And then I don't trade Mondays, so I like to let the market set up. CAD JPY. This is just coiling. There was a trade in Asian session. Lower low put in, pump to the weekly low, coil, lower lows in the inside, test that. This is like a micro M pattern at the top. Test it, coil, dump. Take it where the pump started. That's your first TP. I mean, I don't trade this pair during London, but still, same kind of. It's just lower low equals pump, coil, dump. You've tested the low. Now you're trending. I don't really see nothing for JPY. I mean, CAD JPY right now for New York. It's just going sideways. I try to stay away from stuff like this. No problem. GBP AUD. Absolutely. GBP AUD. What session are you trading? London or Asian? Or New York? Which one? Asian session? Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. This would have just been a loss. I don't even see, what was the signal? Was it closing breakout? Nah, it was no signal. Yeah, there was no signal on Friday, so no trade today. This is just oil city. It looks really choppy too. Be careful trading charts like that. Honestly, 3 day short last week. So you're looking for a buy. Mm, okay. I mean, what time did you enter? 9? I don't, this is tough to be stuck in this. I mean, I see this higher high. I'm trying to make it out. I swear. I mean, I could have squeezed a little something out of this. Not until here though.
I ain't gonna lie, and I promise you, I'm not trying to be rude, but that is so ugly.
I'm saying like
I wouldn't
I
even
really
trade it that.
don't trade these, y'all. You could probably get a teeny bit of profit out of this just by this higher high and then a dump down, but it's like, is it really worth it? These candles are is terrible. This is why I stick to indexes and metals because I mean you compare this to this and it's just like
Man, Stacey would have had a fit if somebody
man.
showed him that. Just being honest with you.
Oh man. Yeah,
And
y'all.
you can you look at Cass
Good.
CHF?
Good. Huh?
Can you look at Cass CHF? Because I was willing to take that one, but it didn't take out the high of the day. But because really, I'm just focused on structure.
Yeah, facts. You wanted to take the sell?
Yeah, and New
Okay.
York, I only trade New York session. So when you
Oh.
say you look for basically what it's doing before New York session,
Mm-hmm.
so like because like I was like you know how you said you'll basically look at higher high, like you know lower lows, like you know how you turn on the line chart on the 15-minute time frame and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you look at structure like that. So when I be hearing lower low and higher high on the inside, I be really confused on that because again, I would have looked at sales because it broke the previous day low and it planted a low down there in
Mm-hmm.
that gap time before Asia, and all I see is this pumping, and then the aftermath is the dump. But when you say you look for what happened before the session, can you take me through that?
Yeah. So how I look at this, right? This is like a close and breakout short trade. But if I know that I got a close and breakout short trade, I know it's got a pump and then dump because that's the pattern of a breaking out, then pull back, then trend, right?
Mhm.
So if I know that the pullback is just the pump, then I'm looking at this. I draw my trend line just like this. Then I tell myself, are we up high or are we down low on the day? We up high. So then if I get a pump like this, I'm looking at what's happening inside the pump. So you see how London put in that lower low?
Mhm.
Okay, so once I get this lower low, I'm looking for price to do the pattern again. So once I see the lower low in the pump, I already have deciphered before I even get on New York session. I'm like, okay, I got my pump. It's going sideways. This is like the macro pattern. And then I see that we tried to break out of Asians high, but fail. This is like a micro M. Like if I pull up a 5 minute, let me just do it real quick. I mean, the candle's ugly, but that's a M right there, the micro M at the top. So when I'm noticing this, let me see if it looks better on the one. I hate these candles, y'all. What the heck? Even this just look ugly, but it's a coil right here. Anyways, let me get off this and go to the 15 minute. All right. So like I said, once I get this pump back up, because like I said, when it close and break out short, I'm thinking lower low. Then it's going to pump back up. It's pulling back and then it's pulling back to the previous day's low. So now I'm seeing this coil. It's going sideways. And then it gives me a lower low in the inside of my trend line. So I'm like, okay, it pumps back up. Now I'm looking and now it's coiling at the low again. So that like automatically I'm just like, okay, I'm looking for the dump now. Like it's just no question. Cause you got the pattern. Pump, coil, lower low on the inside from London. Pump again, it's gonna test that high that was created, this little micro M pattern, and it's coiling. So remember, like with trends, how I like to read market structure. Let me see. Let me do it like this. We just know that a downtrend is going to make, regular downtrend movement. But what we understand is that when it breaks out, it's pulling back and it's making support resistance. Downtrends and uptrends do that. So like if you're in an uptrend, the resistance will be made support. Anytime you like when trends change direction, it'll always coil. Once it breaks structure, this support right here, I look for this too. It makes support resistance for downtrends. Even here, you can't see it very well, but it always gonna make support resistance. Even here. Like this is just how I look at it. It's gonna make support resistance. So I just apply that logic to, okay, so if I'm taking sells, I'm looking for a sell, then I know that the front side is going to be the pullback and the back side is going to be my trend. That's the back side is the side where I want to be on. That's the trade. So I just need to see how a uptrend is turned into a downtrend, and it's always going to pump, coil, and break structure and dump. But just to eliminate that, just know that you just need to understand what price is doing right before your session starts. If you just look at it like sessions and you just say, okay, Asia was pumping up and now it's starting to coil at the previous day's low and the weekly low. It's pulled back, it's tested that high again, tried to break it but failed. Now it's giving a lower low, pump up, lower low equals pump, coil, dump. And you take it to where the pump started. That's all that I do. And like I said, it's better if you're just taking trades at these levels. If you're in the inside, you already need to be making higher highs or lower lows. Can you go over how you set up the chart like that with the sessions? I didn't set it up. This is an indicator. Oh wait, are you asking me like how my settings for my indicator? Oh, you didn't know. Okay. Yeah, it's an indicator. Does it work on NQ the same way? Yeah, it works on any market the same way. Any market you can do this strategy, guys. NQ is going up. Yeah, so I'm actually working on an indicator that's going to show all of the levels and have signals. I kind of styled it to the way that I trade. So I'm kind of excited to drop it. How would I know when a signal has failed? You won't know until you take the trade and then it just doesn't happen. Like first red days and first green days, they fail sometimes depending on the type of market you're in. But you won't know if it'll fail until it fails.
Hey Q, I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
I look at the 3 sessions up template. I think the other guy here, the other member was talking about something. If we look at USD Mexican, you have that pattern, 3 sessions up and then the drop.
Yeah.
And so I compare that with, say, something like gold. It's not exactly as clean as US Mexican, but the general idea is that you get 3 sessions of pump and then it drops.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The difference is, so they both close and break out, but one is trending up, the other is trending down. So that setup on US Mexican is basically a trend trade. You're getting on the day it's a reversal, but it's a trend. Versus on gold, it's like an actual reversal at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
If it was to have played out in our session.
Yeah.
Just wondering real quick, are there any specifics or like nuances that you guys are looking at if it's a trend or a reversal, like the overall trend of the market? When if you're gonna attack that particular template, that setup.
Yeah. So if I'm looking for sales, I like to look for sell high setups. So I'd be looking for, if it's a reversal, I'd be looking for this pattern. That's kind of ugly, but that either that pattern for a reversal, or I'm looking for the trend trade. And it'll either be off of like a previous day low level or closing price. Me personally, I like to wait for the previous day low to get broken. And these coils will be at the high. They're reversal trades. So say like I enter the market and my bias is sell. I'm a sell trader. I'm gonna show you an example of two that I usually look for. This is one of them. The 3 levels of rise and then the drop. That's something that happens a lot. Like a lot. I think they call that the escalator elevator pattern. But this would be a trend trade if you're looking for sells. And then the reversal trade would be, let's see. Let me see if I can find a good one. Man, it's been selling. Oh my gosh. I don't look at the spare, but wow. Even here, this is the same one, but at the previous day's high. So I will either look for that or I'll look for this. Sell high setup. So it has to be high on the day. And I'll look for the fake out. So the false break at the high. So those two patterns that I look for. But it'll always like look the same. That's why I tell people, like, if you're looking for sell setups, how I'll know it's reversing is because, for one, once it breaks the previous day's highs, it's either going to give you lower lows in the inside or higher highs in the inside of a dump. But if it's pumping, and it just depends on the session. It depends on the session. So in this case, it dumped in New York. It failed at the high. So did I go back too far? I want to go to the lower time frame. And with these patterns, it's hard to, like, you literally have to wait because the candles will just start dropping. So once it breaks past the EMA, I just enter. Like, sometimes it doesn't even give you lower lows in the inside. It'll just 1 level, 2 level, 3 levels, and then drop. And then I usually just take it to the previous day's low. But yeah, for me, it's either going to be the reversal pattern, like in this case, or I'll take the trend trade. So it'll be at the previous day's low. This closed in breakout short. I wait for a breakout, pull back. I get in here and take the short here. Vice versa if you're looking for buys. But this sold a lot. Even here, you get a breach of the previous day's low. Lower low equals pump, coil at the previous day's high, and dump. So I usually either look for sell high or buy sell high setups or buy low setups. But I really like to look for sell high just because I could see it easier than buy low setups. But this was really nice. Like I said, if you just take it at levels, like even here, this was I don't think this was an inside day. No, but it did breach the previous day's low. So breach of the previous day's low, lower low. I draw my trend line down. New York session opens up. Am I up high or am I down low? I'm up high. I'm not at the previous day's high. So if I'm looking at this, I'm thinking nail and bail. but I'm still at a high on the day. So once it pumps and it's coiling right at the previous week's low, I'm just waiting for lower lows in the inside.
If I just listening to you go through that right now, that I think that particular day, so we closed and breakout the previous day.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned a lower low, so then you draw your trend line. So you're taking a trade with the close and breakout, the close actually being to the downside. How
Mm-hmm.
about if the previous day closed and breakout to the upside?
Okay, so let me find an example. Let me go to indexes. I think those were buying. Okay, here. So we get a close and breakout long. The next day, I'm looking for buy low setups. So as you can see, I just look and see what price is doing. So after it closed and breakout long, and we're looking for longs, this is Wednesday. I can see that in Asia, it gave me a high, dumped back down, closing price, then gave me another higher high in London, dumped back down, gave me another higher high in New York. So I'm waiting for the higher high, dump, coil, and it's coiling right at the previous day's high, and then pump. It's just a simple breakout pullback trend because you're breaking out of the previous day's high. So when you break out of the previous day's high, you're thinking higher high equals dump, coil, and pump. And you're taking these trades off of levels.
So would it be
So
wrong what I look for is I like to sell high. And what I look for is the close and breakout to the upside. And I look for that 3 sessions up and then the drop down.
that's still
But
good.
I feel like I'm doing the opposite of what you're doing. Is that like, am I wrong in looking for that, or?
No, not at all. Because, like, for example, you can get a close and breakout long, maybe like, for example, on Tuesday, right? And if Wednesday
Mhm.
is like trend day or reversal day, and you're already up high and it's giving you the pattern, then take the trade. You're just taking it a different way than I am. We're looking for
Right.
different things. But that's still very valid. Like, I'm gonna see if I can find an example where it's closed and breakout, like here. It's a close and breakout long. So you're just looking for reversal trades. You can do that. Like, I know people that literally just look for reversal trades like this. They look at close and breakout longs and they just see, okay, what is it doing on the day? It's pumped up. It's giving you lower lows. London is giving you lower lows in the inside. Then it gives you another lower low. New York equity hour opens up. It pumps back up after that lower low, fake out of the high, and then it dumps. It immediately reverses. I got like that. It's no problem to look for trades like that. And that was on a Friday, on a day 3. Did this close and breakout? No, this one didn't close and breakout. But it's literally the same concept. You're up high. You just see what it's doing on the day. It's giving lower lows, lower low, and the inside of this pump. And then it pumps back up, fakes out the high, coiling, and then it dumps.
Would you say it's easier to take those trades following the direction of the close and breakout versus
Um,
trying to reverse it?
sometimes it depends on the signal for me. Like, if I when I usually have close and breakout longs and I'm looking for reversal trades, sometimes it's easier to see. It just depends. It depends on where I am in the market and what pair I'm trading. Like, for currencies, I notice that it's harder for me to see because price is always kind of choppy. But for indexes like this is like easy. If I'm looking at this is easy. But if I'm looking at something like this would be harder for me to see.
Right.
It just depends on what you're comfortable with. Like, if you're comfortable with taking close and breakout shorts, like even here, This is a closing breakout long. It gave you a lower low and the inside. Pump, coil, fake out the high, dump. One thing that I do like about these setups though is that it makes it super obvious because it'll always try to fake out that high. What signal do you focus on Wednesday? When you come to the charts, what pairs are choice for trading?
Thanks, Q. Thank you.
No problem. The chart. Honestly, I take closing breakouts. I take first red days, first green days. I really like first red days and first green days. Those are easy. So like I try to focus on 3-day setups. If I can get like a closing breakout long at a weekly level and then get like a first red day and then on Wednesday, like it's just perfect. I'm just looking for my trade. I really like 3-day setups. So that's what I try to focus on. But a lot of times I don't get that. So it just depends on the signal. Like for me, I've gotten to a point where I can see closing breakouts, first red days, first green days, inside days. How do you see 3-day setups with a week RD? What's that mean, Susie? What does a week RD mean? Oh, first red day. Define week first red day. I just look for a first red day at a weekly level. To me, at a weekly level isn't weak. Like how I get rid of weak first red day signals is by trading it according to the structure of the daily time frame. So if the daily time frame is trending down, then I'd be more intrigued to take first red day signals than first green day signals. Weak first red day that closes back inside. Okay. Like, okay, so maybe this right here. Would this be a weak first red day to you on Friday? This is perfect to me. With front side AUD, CAD at the moment. AUD, CAD. Wait, but I'm saying though, like for this Friday, it closed back inside. Do you consider this a weak first red day? Just curious. Daily FS. I ain't gonna lie, Susie. It looks like you're speaking in code. I'm trying to understand what. Okay, there we are. AUD City at the moment is daily front side. Okay, let me go to AUD CAD. I was just trying to see if trying to define a weak first red day to you, but what the heck? Wow. Okay. On the daily. The market's closed. Honestly, like I said, the market is bullish. I would rather take first green days. Honest opinion. So I would look at this red candle and I would say, I don't know. This is a bullish market. And hold on. It just flipped from red to, yeah, see, I wouldn't even look at that as the first red day. Oh, wow. Am I tripping or is like my candle flipping colors? I definitely thought the market closed at 5 o'clock, y'all. Is the first red day and first green day the same as closing breakout? I think I got confused now. Okay, so first red day is very different than the closing breakout and the first green day. So like if we look on a daily time frame, let me point out a good first green day right here. Right here, this is a really good first red day and first green day. You got a closing breakout short. You're at the low of the week, of this week, from this pink line to this pink line, right? You got a closing breakout short, and then you got a day that faked out the low and closed as a first green day. So we got trapped sellers down low. And then the next day, close. Well, it wasn't a closing breakout, but the first green day trade was successful. Then the next day, you get a closing breakout. This is a closing breakout. So a closing breakout is a day that closes above or below the previous day's range. So if this is the high, ooh, y'all got to get another Apple Pencil. If this is the high and this is the low, this candle closed outside of this previous day's range. If it was a down candle, a sell candle, and it closed below here, below this range, then it'd be a closing breakout to the downside. First green day is when you get a candle that closes above the open, right? And what I like to look for first green days is it needs to have a closing breakout short the day before. That's me personally. But I noticed that they're more high probable, and it fakes out that low and closes back above the open. So once that first green day is successful, then I'm still looking for up trades, and I don't change that. I don't change that at all until I get a reason to not buy. So here it would have just been a bad week. But if you just, for one, y'all shouldn't even be trading every day. But I know it's a lot of people in here that trade every day. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you just take the best trades, then you won't even have to worry about losing as much. Because if you notice, the people that lose a lot, they trade a lot. Me, I only take max 2 to 3 trades a week. But if you just follow in a direction, you'll be good. This is bullish. You're getting first green days in a bullish market. So imagine me just coming on the charts. No problem. Thank you for that. But imagine just coming to the chart, y'all, and being like, look, is this market bullish or bearish? Let's just keep it real simple. It's obviously bullish. So why would I look for first red days? I want to look for first green days. Why? Because even if my first red days still work out, I know that my first green days will be more valid than first red days off the rip. And all I have to do is sit here. Okay, even in this market where it's going sideways, this is the daily time frame. Take first green days off support. That's all you have to do. Don't trade and don't look for them in the inside. Wait. Take first green days off support. Take first red days off resistance. I'm still more partial to first green days. Look at how last month closed, right? It's broken out. My red lines are monthly levels. Breakout, pull back, fail, reverse. this what y'all can be looking at. So when it breaks out of this monthly level, it pulls back and it fails and reverses. This is sell city all the way up until you get a reason to not sell. First green day, now we're in the direction of the trend. Imagine if I just said, okay, now that I got my first green day, I'm only taking closing breakout signals to the upside. Let's just see how many trades you would have won. Okay, this is a closing breakout, you won that one. This is a closing breakout, you won that one. You didn't take this. This one didn't close and breakout. This one didn't. This one closed and breakout, you won. This one closed and breakout, you won. This one closed and breakout, you lost. Okay, moving on. We're still thinking about buying because we're in an up market. We only want to take first green days anyways. So if I know that I'm in a range, obviously I'll probably look at another chart, whatever. It's not really a big deal, especially if I see this after like it kind of goes higher and then it breaks back down, but it's stuck in the side of this range. After I see this confirmed and we're in a consolidation, I'll look at another chart. But like I said, it just depends on what your chart is doing. You will win more times than you will lose. Closing breakout, 1. Closing breakout, 1. Closing breakout, 1. So if you just get really, 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 really specific and you tell yourself, look, I'm tired of trading every day. I just want to take 2 trades that I know is just going to pop off for me. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to have no FOMO or anything like that. I just want to live a stress-free life and take one signal, one setup. You come to the daily chart, it looks bullish. You tell yourself you're only looking for first green days in a bullish market. And on the week, you want to be down low if you're looking for first green day signals, right? So for my criteria for first green days and first red days, they need a close and breakout the day before. Okay? That's my criteria. It's high. The indicator that I'm working on right now, y'all, I've put that in the indicator. So like I kind of designed it, like I said, to the way that I trade. So I'm just really excited to see how it's going to come out. I really am. But I think it's going to help a lot of people. Just look at the months. Even here, look, breakout of the previous monthly high. Now it's consolidating. A lot of the times with uptrends, they do 2 very similar patterns. Let me just show y'all. It will consolidate and keep going. They do W patterns, continuational patterns. These are super frequent in an uptrend. Vice versa, if you were looking at it in a downtrend, they like to do M patterns, continuation patterns. They like to do consolidation, continuation patterns. So what I suggest that y'all do, because like I said, I want to just keep this super simple. You just need to know patterns. You need to memorize a pattern. And then you add things to it, not to change your rules, but to give you more confidence. So indicators are just a confidence boost. It's just supposed to make the trading process easier, not your trading in general. So if I know that I use my monthly levels and it does the same 3 things: breakout, pullback, trend, breakout, fail, reverse. I mean, once you're on the back side of the week, like I said, the front side of the month is going to be the first 2 weeks. The back side of the month is going to be the last 2 weeks. Just like how it is if you're looking at a weekly template. The first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, is the front side. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the back side. Think about how a weekly candle is created. If you're looking at a bullish weekly candle, it is going to make the wick first. A candle always makes the wick first. It's wick first, then body. So if I know that it makes the wick first, and then like 80 to 90% of the time, it will go in the direction of the the candle, the true direction of that candle, then I know that the first 3 days of the week is going to be where the market is building liquidity, where it's trying to manipulate you, where it's trying to fake you out. And then it's going to go and make the body of the weekly candle. Like you can just back test this. Just look at a 1 minute candle and see how a candle is created. It's going to create the wick first and then the body. Like, let's look at an hour chart. If I know that my green lines are the open of the candle that I'm looking at, this is, like I said, these are daily levels. So I know that everything at the top of this candle, if this is a down closing candle, is the wick being created. Notice that there's a lot of manipulation up here. So it'll create the wick first, then the body. I feel like that logic really helped me understand this. Because it's true, if you just wait till the backside of the week, there are a lot of high probability setups. But if you're trading every single day, like you're not taking the best setups. You're just taking trades. You're just taking them. You can have a good week like this where it's just like it just was going up. And you can still trade like that. You can still, okay, I'm gonna just only trade close and breakout signals. Usually, like when I'm looking at close and breakout signals, I like to take them on range expansion days. So say I get a close and breakout on Wednesday, I like to look for continuation trades on Thursdays because those are range expansion days. So some people only trade Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some people trade day threes, Wednesdays and Fridays. So you guys just need to get really, really specific. If you're struggling, it's because when you come to the charts, you're still asking questions when you just need to get specific and study this. You need a playbook. So you need to come to TradingView and you need to print out your setups, your signals, and you need to study them. And you need to recognize that they look the same, different variations, but they ultimately look the same. It's just about mastering your entry. That's a skill that you just have to train yourself with. What else haven't I looked at? Anybody got anything else? Any other pairs? Did I already look at Euro? Wow. So you just have like just good days.
Did you look at UJ?
I'll look at UJ. You want me to look and see what happened today? Oh boy.
Yeah. I kind of glanced at it earlier, but I didn't. I got distracted, so.
Yeah. Not much happened on UJ.
Mm-mm.
It just looks like it's just coiling right now. So yeah.
Really big move on Friday.
Yeah. So this probably wouldn't have been something that I would have been interested in just because it just looks, there's no volatility really. And like I said,
like Wednesday, Thursday.
wait, you were looking for buys or sells? Or you just was
No,
glancing
I
at
was just
it?
looking to see how I was setting up. I know it sold off on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This closed and breakout. Sure. It's at the monthly low.
The indicator that you put in the chat, excuse me, what exactly is that?
Are you talking about the one with the levels?
I know you dropped something in there, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was.
It's probably like the indicator that I use, where it's something similar to it, because a lot of people were having trouble with the sniper one that I dropped. It
Oh,
has
okay.
it has like the levels up there with, I think, the signals up with on it, but I've never used it before. I think somebody had like referenced it to me, and I
Mhm.
had the sniper indicator, so I just used that. But I think it's a lot of people are using it. I haven't heard much on it, but if you're interested, you can use it. Like I said, I already have another one coming out, so
Yeah, I'll
that's
wait. I mean, right now I got
yeah.
snipers on there. So,
Yeah, snipers is not bad, so
mm-mm.
that's what I'm using anyways.
Yeah.
This looks good.
How you doing? Just to confirm, I guess after you, Jay, did Nas close and break today? Just want to confirm.
Um,
Yep.
yes, it did.
hmm I was expecting it to go
Breakout.
to last month's high pretty
Yeah,
soon.
I was looking at that too. I thought it was.
It's almost there, so I got
Yeah.
that to pay attention.
For tomorrow, what would be your analysis in the morning time since it closed and break on Tuesday?
I would
Is this like the
probably.
fourth day of rise?
It just depends on
Yeah.
what it's doing in your session. Like it just depends if it's up high or down low. I don't know if it's going to trend or if it's going to reverse. So I would have to wait and see what it's doing and the behavior of it to know what I'm looking for. So like because I'm more partial to reversal setups, I'd be looking for a reversal somewhere around here or at the monthly high since we're at this level. And I would say okay, we're up high. But it just depends. Like are you looking, is your setup buys or sells?
I like reversal, so sells.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, yeah. So that would be something that I would be looking for. If I'm looking for reversals, I'd be looking for it to fake out this high or show some type of fake out at the monthly. I think this is the monthly high. And it's already did it. Yeah. So that would be something I would be looking at. But like I said, it just depends on what it's doing in your session. You won't know until you see the behavior of it. Just like how this buy setup right here, you wouldn't know until, you saw these higher highs in the inside and you're like, okay, I see what it was doing. But it could, I mean, it's been making higher highs. So it, like I said, it just depends. It just depends on you on the session that you're trading and the behavior of it. Because if it's coming back up here, right, it's breakout, pull back, it needs to fail here.
Okay, appreciate it.
No problem. All right. Right now, I can see that there's seller's trap below the previous week's low. So, yeah, it just depends. I mean, this looks like a higher time frame consolidation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
this,
all there.
yeah. And we're at the high. So it could very much well just reverse.
Now,
It's
wouldn't you
been,
say it's still in buy mode because
oh, for sure. Yeah.
I guess it didn't break. I mean, we had a breakout if you go back over the course of like a week or so. Yeah, last week we had a breakout
Hmm.
and created where it broke structure and start with the first green day. That's where it
Right
broke
here.
at.
Yeah.
So the market never came back to that, even though it pushed down
Hmm.
yesterday when it opened,
Hmm.
it still didn't come below that. So that means we're still buying.
Exactly. So, and that's
Mhm.
literally what I do. That's why I don't like to guess anything because I'm like, I just let the first red days and the first green days decide for me until it gives me a reason to sell. So, in order for me to feel comfortable selling this, I would need to see tomorrow close as a first red day. You get what I'm saying? I need to see what it's doing. But right now, I would be more partial to buying than selling.
Yeah.
Because if you're selling your counter,
compared to the previous month's high, might give you a stop hunt.
Mhm.
Then you probably could sell it, take the sell on down. But I would need to see it setting up first.
right? And
So
I
it's
would
gonna
do
have
that
to take
like
levels out before I get in.
I would do that a lot. Like before I had really locked this process down, I would always catch
Mhm.
myself picking tops. Like I wouldn't
Right.
know when it would reverse. So I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna come to this level and reverse. And it very much will just keep going up because it's already in the uptrend. So what I
Right.
noticed what helped for me was I need to see a day close as a false break or a first red day. And
Right.
that's what made my trades more accurate because I'm not sitting here trying to counter trend
Right.
bullish market.
Yeah, and if it closes the first red day, tomorrow's Tuesday. So
Exactly. So that'd be a 3-day setup.
right. Ready for it on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it just makes it so much easier. Well, my
Yeah, that
screen.
does make a lot of sense though, to wait for it to see if it closes as the first red day.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the
Yep.
next day to see if it's a continuation or what have you.
Yep. Because even right here, right? Like, it's going up, but who's to say that it's going to reverse? It reversed, but it's like you're not looking for, the reversal. You're looking for like a nail and bail because it's already bullish. But I got a first red day right here. So I very
Right.
much would rather take the first red day trade. Like, that's just
Mhm.
simple. And this wasn't a 3-day setup. No, because it didn't breach the low. But still, it was a really good trade.
Mhm. And you get to the point where you can see the setup with your eyes, and you really don't have
Yep.
to do a whole lot of market.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That comes with building your playbook,
Yep.
going over the same setups over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And there
That's
might be
why.
different variations, but you pretty much can see the same move.
Mm-hmm. And like literally sometimes I'll just hop on a chart and I'll just be like, oh, I already know what is going on. I just hop right in. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even think about it. Anybody else want? Okay, what's more relevant, opening price or closing price? I mean, technically it's because if that's a trick question. Okay, so like Friday, it closed right here, but it's opening price of Monday. So it's closing price and it's opening price. So like I don't really know how to answer that question because I look at it as both. Closing
You
price.
can use both levels as I know you can use the closing price and the opening price
Mm-hmm.
entry. So it could serve as either a level of support or a level of resistance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You just looking at NAS, look at NAS at the high. And then you just look left to see, okay, I see all these wicks at the high. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously something's holding it up there.
Yep.
It's not going any higher. Like I'm talking about like for today.
Oh
The
yeah.
market is
Yeah.
going higher than where it is. So you look left to see what's going on and what happened in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see we got a level up there. So that's probably why it went back down to the high of Friday.
Yep. Yeah, nice looks good.
A lot of times don't trade, just watch. Watch your setup take place. That's basically what I did today. I watched my setup.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was asking me about the volatility at 9:30 or what have you, but if you see the same setups over and over and over, you'll start to get comfortable getting in trades at various areas, but right at that point, I think the closing price was right below that, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was like on the 3-minute.
Mm-hmm.
If you look closely, the 927 candle took out the high of London and gave you that pullback.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you could have gotten in at the 937 candle, or whatever you're comfortable with. But
It's really
I would have
honestly
been
just
comfortable
what you
getting in
see.
that trade to the upside because I
Yeah.
see it all the time.
I mean, I probably would have seen it as soon as I saw this. Because like it's like you said, like it depends on how experienced you are and how many what your setup is. Because if you see it, you see it. Like, and hopping in at 9:30, like I said, like I don't prefer it because from experience, I got stop hunted a lot. But it's
Right.
sometimes where you just gonna see it. It's you just gonna see it
Yeah.
and you enter. And that's just it. It ain't nothing wrong with that. It just on your comfortability. And that's what I be trying to tell people. If you just lock in on your setup and what you're comfortable with, you will just start winning. Like, don't worry about people posting their wins and how they did
Yeah.
this, how they did that, because that's not going to help you at the end of the day. Because
Nope.
you're the one that got to be behind the computer pressing the button.
Right.
You the one feeling all the emotions. So yeah,
So,
y'all.
Yeah, it took me a while to get it. I mean,
hello,
Yep.
hello. How are
and
you?
I had an aha moment on Thursday,
Hello.
so it's like, wow, okay.
I love
So
those
I
moments.
pretty much see the whole
Hello,
shebang.
What's up?
hello. Oh,
Hey.
hi. How are you?
Hi.
I got a quick question.
Yeah,
Do
what's up?
you use the high of the day and low of the day often, or is it the previous day high and the previous day's low, the significant ones?
For the most part, I use the previous day high and previous day low. And if you're starting off, only use those levels. But because I know my setup, I like to use high of day and low of day, and I use some like little techniques to see whether those are locked in, because sometimes they won't happen off of the previous day high and the previous day low. So you'll have to like, know what you're looking at, so to
Okay,
speak.
thank you.
No
Thank you.
problem. Yep. Yeah, but you really like all you need is these levels, the previous day levels and the closing price. That's it. That's it. Even here, like this was a good trade. Breach, dump, coil, bump. It just depends. What are you looking for? This was a reversal setup right off closing price. It didn't even make it here, but still. Like once you get mechanical and you know what you're looking for, it's simple. Are you sell high or are you buy low? This was a buy low setup. This was a sell high setup. W pattern, locked in the low. This is the low of the day. Right off closing price. It acted as support. That's all I do, y'all. All I do. Keep it simple. However way you understand it, do it. That's what I did. Let me see what gold did. Let me bring my indicator out. No problem. I took Nosh trade at the open because we broke above closing price and then pulled back to EMA on 5 minutes. So I got it long and targets from that high. I got scared and closed mad early. Find myself struggling to hold longer or to full TP. That was my first issue with getting consistent. It was trusting myself to hold my trade to my level. That was like my biggest thing. I was a very conservative trader, very conservative. My advice to you is that the only way that you're going to be truly consistent and trust the process is if you trust yourself. That's the only way. You cannot be scared to lose. You can't. You need that data, because that's going to tell you truly if you're consistent or not. So if you're not letting your trade run to targets, then you're not giving yourself good analytics. You're getting out early because you're not trusting yourself and the process and your setup. Because you can see that these work. I mean, they move off of these levels, right? So you just got to trust yourself. That's it. That comes with time. Because like just like anything in life, you have to learn you got to trust it. So you need time to trust it. Fear comes from a lack of data, and scared money don't make money. Ain't that the truth, y'all? I am a living testament of that. I'm talking about I went on the limb and just quit my day job. Like, I was like, you know what? I am just really going to lock in on this. I don't care. I'm going in. And as soon as I did that, I really started seeing a change. And it's because when you conquer fears, like it just changes something within you. It changes your trading. It changes like it makes you more excited to do more, to test those limits, to see like it's like an identity shift. So I encourage people all the time. I'm like, look, like just go for it. Just go for it. You, like I said, you got to trust yourself before anything else, before any type of process, bro. And the only way you're going to do that is if you press the button and leave it alone. Walk away from the charts. You see the pump, you see the coil, get in the trade, close the charts. Like I used to do 20-minute intervals. So I'll get in a trade and then I'll close my phone for 20 minutes and I'll check every 20. And then I'll do 30 and then I'll do 40. That's a good way for people who's struggling with that. This whole time you could get out early and it just go right in your direction and you were scared of a little pullback. That's like 90% of what it does every time. You get out and then boom. It was just a little pullback and you was on a smaller time frame. And you go to the 15-minute, you like, dang, I really got out from that little small pullback. But I'm gonna see about joining the VIP because I like the way you teach. We would love to have you, Eric. I love trading with y'all in the mornings. I really do. It honestly, since I've been trading with y'all, it's made my trading better too. It's so much better having a community. So much better. Everybody is just so nice. That was a good trade. I missed a lot, but I didn't. I like the way stuff is setting up this week. Once I'm back to work, though, I will see how it works out. I do long haul trucking, so most of the time I'm only free during Asian. Honestly, that's still not bad because one pair that I love to trade in Asian session is gold. I don't know why, but gold be having some trades during Asian session. That's the only pair I focus on for Asian session is gold. Gold for Asian and gold for New York. And you're not like sometimes it won't be as explosive. Like, let's go to gold. It won't be as explosive as New York, but it's still gonna give you those trades. It been this was more, yeah. But it still give you them trades. I think people do the Japanese index too for Asian session. Sure. Plus, I run minis instead of micro, so it's my own fault. Oh, well. Whoa. Wait. I'm trying to list currently, but that's because I didn't have a plan and kept getting cooked. Yeah, if you don't got that plan, the market is going to expose you. I tried it multiple times. It is no shortcuts. This is lower low on the inside. Pump, coil, and dump. Right back to a level. And this was easy because it's a gap right here. It's like it's gonna fill that gap. You got your pump. It was like this macro pattern, pump, coil. Then you finally get the lower low. And then it pumps and then it coils. So you really didn't get the trade in New York session. It happened in the gap time. But this is like literally what I'd be looking for. Sell high setup. Take the same setup over and over. Absolutely. I was in gold for a little teeny second on Friday. This tricked a lot of people up. they look at this and they say, oh, it's a lower low. But what is it doing? This is a dump. You got a closing breakout long, and I believe the market is super bullish. Every time it breaks out, it's got to pull back. One thing we do know that it's going to pull back. We don't know if it's going to trend to reverse, but it's going to pull back every time. And if we know that, then if this is a closing breakout long, break out, pull back, trend. And it will tell you every time. Why? Because once I see this, I look at London a lot, y'all, because London be telling me what be going on. So after I see this dump and it's starting to break structure and give me higher highs and higher lows, that's a given. This is just a coil. Then when it comes time to enter, it's just about entering at a level. What time do you trade with the community? I don't like right now I'm not going live because I got way too much stuff to do in the morning. So what I do is I hop on like around 8 to 9 a.m. and then usually the night before or the right before my session, I'll call out. I have a signal channel. So I'll call out signals and we'll just be actively communicating. But once I like drop this indicator and stuff, then I'll definitely start going live in a session that most people are available. And when I put up a poll, y'all said London session. So that's like 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. my time. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But I'll make it work if that's the session that most of y'all trade. Because I think it's either London or New York. I don't know. I might have to bring out a poll again. But yeah. So I just be dropping signals right before the session starts or like the night before, all the signals that I'm looking at. And then we just be actively trading together in the group chat. Oh. Oh, what other pairs can I look at? I haven't looked at silver. I'm about to start trading silver, y'all. Whoa. This is what I'm talking about. These are so hard for me to trade though, because I like the lower lows in the inside. So when I see the little stair step elevator pattern, escalator elevator pattern, I'd be wary. They eating on them silver shorts. They sure are. Whoa, this is crazy. Looking at it just came out of like a big consolidation and now it's like bullish. Can't wait to join VIP to eat while you learn. Man, when I tell you it's so fun, it's almost like we make each other just better traders. So it's definitely fun. I wish I had been in this because it honestly it keeps you from taking the crazy trades. These levels like breakout, pull back, trend, breakout. Well, here, breakout, pull back, trend. I want to see a first red day. This was a first red day. Well, technically, no. Like I said, y'all, stay away from these first red days in bullish markets. If I like I said, if I know that I want to see first green days in a bullish market, I'm going to wait until I get one at the low of the week. That's easy to do. I have my criteria: first green day, closing breakout short, first green day, then the trade. I need to see that at a weekly low level. I already see it right here. This technically right here was a first green day. Trade the next day. Even here, because if you were waiting for a New York session, then this would have been a buy. Higher high, dump coil pump, higher high, dump coil pump, higher high, dump coil pump. This is all that I think about. What is it doing right before? It's made a higher high. It's dumping down. This is the 15-minute chart. I draw my trend line. I wait for the higher high in the inside. Let me go to the 5-minute chart. Literally. Higher highs on the inside. And you just take the trade. That's all. That's all you have to do. I like a Head and Shoulders at the top, huh? But man, when I tell you these patterns happen so many times, y'all, these 3 levels of rise and then the drop, and or the 3 levels of fall and then the pump, put that in y'all playbook. Me personally, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite only because I like to see the higher highs and the lower lows. I don't just like to see the drop. But this still very good pattern. It's like a mountain. Let's see. We got, I don't know if this chart hasn't updated yet. I think it won't update until 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna stay up here and wait until this chart updates so I can see my signals for tomorrow. This close in the inside. Huh. Okay. We'll see what US 30 do. 1, 2. Actually, it closed as first screen day. You got 1, 2, and then this closed above the open. So let's look at that on a daily chart. Whoa. Yeah, it's just like I can't look at shorts. I just can't. Yeah. Does your new indicator include the box with different pairs? It includes signals. I don't have the box. I can't make it exactly like this because I did want it like that, but I can't make it like an exact replica. So I'm gonna have my signals on the levels. I don't know how exactly. It's too early. I'm just starting out with it, but I kind of just want you to be able to just go to a chart and it already be up there. I like the box too, though. I don't know. I feel like with just putting it on the levels, it'd be convenient. So you just hop on the charts and it's like you don't have this. One of the things that I don't like about this box is that it's in a way. You see, like I don't like that. I don't know if I can move it, but like sometimes when I'm just trying to jot notes, it's like I want to move this out the way. Is there news? Hmm? Wow. Somebody was asking me, like, how do they avoid trades like this? And I was like, honestly, you can't. You just can't. Sometimes you're gonna just take trades like this. It's still a win in my book. This is the 15-minute, so it's still a win. But I mean, it's just no way. The only way you'll be able to avoid trades like this is if you say, okay, if this is the opening price, right? And I know everything above here is the wick. This is creating the body now. So we've already manipulated, we pumped, we've coiled, we dumped, lower low, pump, coil, dump. I just need to see that. Sometimes you already gonna be on the back side of the move when your session happens. You'll already be on the back side. Remember, the front side is just the pullback. So if I come to the charts and I'm already on the back side, I'm just looking for a lower low, pump, coil, dump, and I need to be below my EMA for sales. So if I come here and I get a lower low, the breach of the low, it pumps up, coils under my EMA. I mean, I'm taking the trade, lower low. And I get out where the pump started, which is here. That's specifically why I get out. That's my first TP. Because you just never know. Yep. What is it doing? It's dumping right before your session starts. What is it doing? It's dumping right before your session starts. Just look what it's doing. All right, y'all. Anything else before I end this live? Anything else for me to go over? This would have been hard to see. This is a closing breakout. Is this the first screen day? No. But it is a closing breakout. This is right. This is sometimes I'll get caught up in this right here. Craziness. It'll either be a loss or I break even. Won't make much money. I hate when this happens. This is like specifically why I don't like to look at 9:30 candles or anywhere around that. I always wait for the 10 a.m. club. But even at the 10 a.m. club, it was still kind of like, I'm still in that mess. Volatility is high. 1800 silver opened up. You were waiting. This was a closing breakout Monday. Do we never go against the trend since it is Monday open range? I wouldn't say you have to never go against, like, me personally, I've noticed that if Monday closes in breakout, I like to look for continuation trades just because I win those most of the time. That's the only reason why I like to do that, because a lot of the times when Monday closes in breakout, it's a continuation trade because that's range expansion day. So it just depends. If that's what you want to do, I recommend it. But just like a Tuesday can trend, Tuesday can reverse. So like I said, it always just depends, because you can come on the charts and you can have in your mind that it's a sell setup. But that's why I tell you, what is it doing on the day though, right before your session? Because it don't matter what you think. The market don't go and do whatever it want to do. And sometimes it just literally defying logic. You said silver. I'm going to silver. Silver opened up. Yeah. This is nice. I'll be looking at this in New York session. I'm interested to see what it does. It's still in breakout too. It's just the crazy part. It's literally, okay, so yeah. Wow. Did anybody get in silver today? Or last week? I don't know if anybody follows silver in here, but that was pretty good. Even the sell was good. I mean, it's in the gap time, so it's not something I look at, but it's still clean. Oh, my chart updated, y'all. Silver is what? Silver is not a first red day. Okay, we'll just ignore that. We'll just ignore that. Let's go to US 30. That's another reason why I like kind of created my own indicator too. US 30 is an outside day. It is an outside day. I don't trade outside days, y'all. That's not even gonna be something I'll look at. What else? First grain day, GBP, CHF. Well, let's look. What the heck? Am I tripping or does everybody's chart look like this? Is this just like the market that I'm using right now? Let me go to another one. I don't know why it looks like that. GBPCHF. Go to another one. Nope, they all look like that. Okay. I mean, it does look like a buy. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. We're at the previous monthly low. This was. Did it close in breakout? I want to say yeah. It was close. Okay, first green day on GBP CHF. Interesting. Let's look at GBP USD. What is GBP? 3-day longs, closing breakout. Okay. I'll be looking at this London session. So I'm bullish on GBP USD. Yeah, most definitely. GBP USD, I'm bullish. USD JPY. I don't really see anything for USD JPY. EJ though. EJ looks interesting. I'm looking for buys on EJ. Okay, so buys EJ. Buys. Did I say buys GBP CHF? Indexes. I don't know if I'm gonna look at indexes. I think I'll call the signal for VIP right before the session starts. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. I'll get it posted. Oh, I didn't even see that up there. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm bullish. All right, so yeah. I'm gonna end this live, guys. Thank you for joining in. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All my VIP members. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. Sharp 8 a.m. Thank you. Bye, y'all. Bye, Susie. Bye, Yolanda. Bye, Elijah. Bye, Fin Futures. Bye, Nutley. Nuttily. Good night. Good night, everybody. So long. Farewell. Do 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 do.